guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be back to work on my McLaren 720s. As you guys see in the previous video, we pretty much have all the body panels painted in white, and the color looks absolutely stunning. I know a lot of you guys were like, man, white, but white is really classy and it just looks absolutely sick with all the black accents. And that's actually what we're gonna be doing right now. We do have a lot of the trim parts that we need to go ahead and get painted. These right here are the bumper vents that go on the side of the bumper. As you can see, here is the old bumper, and these are all like gunmetal, and honestly I don't really like that because I don't think it's going to match really good with the white. Plus we still have to paint a couple of parts like our rear splitter. It has a little bit of damage on it right here, or it's the rear valance. It has a little bit of scuffs and scratches right there and 2 dents right there. So pretty much what we want to do is go ahead and get everything painted in black. We also have the door handle trims right here. These are also going to go black. See, I think the black is just going to match way better, because this gunmetal just doesn't look too good on white. I mean, on gold it looked good because it was kind of like a neutral color and it matched up pretty good. But I think black is just gonna look super awesome. And then we have our headlight bezels also right here. And if you're wondering why I have 4 of them, well, what happened was I was on eBay one day and I bought them, and then I bought a bumper, and the bumper came with bezels. But it's all good because we got a really good deal on the bumper, so it kind of balances itself out. We'll probably go ahead and sell the other ones. But as you can see, these are gold, they're gunmetal, and honestly, black is just gonna look super cool. And a lot of people were telling me to do the white headlight bezels, but honestly, I think that's just gonna be too much white, and it's just gonna look really weird right there in the front, so we are gonna go ahead and go black with them. And we also have the front splitter right here. We do have one issue with this front splitter, is the fact that it has a camera hole right here, and our car doesn't have a front FaceTime camera, so we're gonna have to pretty much just mold that up and seal that up. And it also is a gunmetal gray, so we are going to get this thing painted in black, and maybe later down the road we'll get a carbon fiber one. But the thing is about all the carbon fiber parts for these cars, it's just insanely overpriced, which I don't really like, but it's okay. I think this thing will look pretty sick. There's really no damage anywhere else. There's these removable skid plates right here, which is pretty cool, but that's about it. Just mold in this little camera hole and get it all sanded down and get it painted in black. And one more thing, I did actually forget to paint the mirror right here. It is gold and we don't really like the gold, so we're gonna have to go ahead and take this thing apart. It is a pretty complex looking design. We have like one piece right here, one piece right here, splits in half right there, and then a little bit of carbon fiber right there, so it looks pretty cool. But let's go ahead and get to work. Let's go ahead and jump right into it and get all these trim parts sanded down. Guys, so we got all the other parts nice and sanded. They're all drying down. Now what we need to do is work on the front splitter. As I was telling you earlier, this one came with the camera. My car doesn't have a camera, and what we're gonna do here is pretty much, this is our old piece. As you can see, this is part of the old splitter right here, and you can see there's an outline for the camera hole. So pretty much what I want to do is grab the grinder, cut this out perfectly, and then sand this up and basically mold this back into here. We'll throw a little bit of body filler on there, get it primed in, and this will also be ready for paint. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the grinder, get this cut out, and get it installed here. sealed up the front camera hole. We plastic welded a piece on, and then we put some panel bond over the top, and that's just gonna make sure that there's no cracks or anything like that. Because usually whenever you just put body filler over the top, an outline will usually start to appear, but we went ahead and put some panel bond on there. We're gonna have to give this around 24 hours to dry, and then we'll sand it down, throw a little bit of filler over it, and the front diffuser will be done. Now that we have all the parts sanded, we can go ahead and put them in the paint booth. So we got all the parts in the paint booth. We went ahead and sanded down this front diffuser. Everything looks freaking sick. And we also got the rear diffuser. All the parts are laid out over here. Now pretty much all we need to do is clean them down and Paul will shoot them in. Paul really slicked it down here in the booth, man. All the parts look absolutely amazing, especially all the black. Man, it's gonna look so much better than the gunmetal gray that it was, especially on the headlight bezels right here. And everything turned out really good. So let's go inside the shop and start working on the McLaren. So now that we have all our parts nice and painted in the paint booth, we're gonna go ahead and start working on the actual McLaren. We do have to replace both intake pipes. One of them was pretty cracked and the other one had a broken bracket on there. So the first thing we're gonna need to do is go ahead and take off these quarter panels. We kind of just put them on there just so they can dry up because they were painted pretty recently. So let's go ahead and take all this stuff back apart. So we got the quarter panels off and now we can see exactly where the intake tube goes. And here's actually the passenger one. It had a tab right here broken off of it. I was gonna glue it, but I said screw it. I found a good deal on eBay for 120 bucks. And check it out, it's a good condition intake tube for this side. Right here, it simply slides down there and plugs up right there. And then on the driver's side, this one was actually completely broken into pieces. As you can see, I kind of just did a quick fix just so we could drive it, the car, and it was just done with electrical tape, which it worked decently. Maybe if we put some Flex Seal on top of it, it would have worked perfectly. But we went to the dealer and we also picked up another one, and this thing was only $140, brand spanking new, which is quite cheap. So let's go ahead and install both of them. intakes on. What I want to do right now is actually go ahead and put the car on the lift. As you guys know and seen in the previous videos, the car was spewing a little bit of oil, or the smoke was pretty white coming out the exhaust. And what I'm thinking I did was add too much oil. This is a dry sump system, so I think I kind of added too much oil, and I didn't drain out all the oil out of all the other plugs. I think I remember just draining it out of one. So what I want to do right now is go ahead and get this thing on the lift, drain all that oil out, put some new oil in, and see what happens. So we got the car on the lift, and right now what we're gonna do is go ahead and change this oil out. And the thing is, whenever I was changing the oil the first time, I never unscrewed these oil lines right here, and I think I added probably half a quart too much oil. And so what we're gonna do is basically go grab the oil change. We have one plug right here. This is on the engine, and then we have the turbo oil lines right here, and then the main drain is right here. It's actually on the dry sump tank right here. So let's go ahead and drain all the oil out of here.
Oh shoot. Now let's looking out of this one now too.
So we got all the oil drained out, and I think I did add too much oil because there was a lot of oil that actually came out of these ports right here, and I never drained that before. So we're probably like a quart or half a quart over the amount that we needed, and that could be the reason why it is smoking. So hopefully that is, and man, that's gonna be a huge weight off my shoulders. I know I should have done that in the first place, should have did more research, but I was kind of rushing it. I remember the first time I really wanted to start the car, and I kind of rushed it, which I kind of regret now. But whatever's done is done. So now what we need to do is head to O'Reilly's and grab the correct oil, and probably get some crush washers for this drain right here and this drain right here. We just got back from O'Reilly's. We went ahead and bolted up all the drain plugs. We replaced all the washers, and we also did get our oil right here. We got 8 quarts of 0W40 full synthetic oil for this car. So let's go ahead and lower it down and pour it in and give this thing a start.
I hope this fixes it. Nah, I think this will fix it though, look, for sure. Yeah, there we go.
So we went ahead and put all the oil in exactly how much we need to. Now let's go ahead and start this thing up and see if it smokes. Hopefully it does it, man. If it does it, man, I'm gonna be super excited because this motor costs like $30,000, so that absolutely sucks. Let's go ahead and start this thing up.
Oh shoot, it's the moment of truth. If this thing just stops smoking, oh my gosh. Literally gonna be...
That exhaust is full of oil, it's still gonna smoke. Well, yeah, but it's fine.
Yeah, it'll smoke it through, and then it'll probably stop way quicker.
Why run it in here? I would ever do it.
No smoke, bro. No smoke! A little bit.
Fixed it, man. Huh?
So there it it is, guys. The first startup, it did smoke a little bit, but after letting it run for like 10-15 minutes, it pretty much all went away. And I did a little bit of measuring, and I think I had like a quart or 2 quarts overfilled. I'm not sure how that happened, but I do take full responsibility. It was my fault. I was just rushing it that one late night. I was trying to get the car running, but turns out everything is good. I don't think it messed anything up. We might actually still have to change that PCV valve, but that'll be okay. And we also do need to get this car tuned up. There might be a little bit of smoke because I think the car is running a little lean because of the catless downpipes. So we will be taking it to get it tuned here soon after we pretty much get all the body panels back on it. So guys, that's a lot of weight off my shoulders. Just knowing a simple oil change would have fixed the whole smoking issue. Now there's no more oil coming out the back end, and man, does it feel good. Once we get this thing tuned, man, it's gonna be so fun to drive. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, drop a like, follow us on Instagram at Vtuned. Also check out Vtuned.com to cop some merch. Thanks for watching.
Man, what are you doing? Awesome. Huh? Why?
Too much oil. Too much oil.
Yeah.
McLaren. For sure, dude. This thing just started. Look, there was. How much think was in there? 4 quarts in there? The first one? And now there was probably like, oh my gosh.
Well, I am not a mechanic. Never claimed to be one. And then press quit. Me saying I'm the best mechanic ever.
Is there oil in there too?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I remember we just disconnected. Man, I would.
Oh, maybe.
It's all for you guys. I was trying to rush it. I didn't know what I was doing, and you make mistakes sometimes.
Hey, I think that fixed it, man. Huh?
Not smoking no more.
Nope. It's all that. All the rest of stuff just